sending me or someone else?
Sorry, say again?
Are you sending me live or someone else?
Actually, Jordan.
Okay. Oh, you send it, you send it.
So for today, I'm commentating the inaugural Cecil Cup final between Cecil Earley. Fuck, don't even know that name.
Try and mute it. No, mute it.
Thank you. You nearly scared me there.
No, that's the first thing I always...
Yeah, you got to keep it mute. I'm in trouble.
And I don't know what to worry about that text message right over there. Normally it's with me. It's on the ground.
Nearly got scared there. Nearly. So today I'm commentating the inaugural Cecil Earley Plate final between Whittlesea Rangers and the Mill Park Soccer Club. I'm up here, which is a beautiful view, mind you, and a real taste of the delights of commentating for Football Victoria. 1 o'clock's kickoff. Hit that link. Watch a nice cup final. See you on the court. Today I'm commentating the inaugural Cecil Earley Plate final between Whittlesea Rangers and the Mill Park Soccer Club. I'm up here, which is a beautiful view, mind you. Taste of the delights of commentating for Football Victoria. 1 o'clock's kickoff. Hit that link. Watch it.
Oh, is that decibel? Okay, got it. It's back to order. Good? Yep.
For a day of cup finals, history beckons for two-storey clubs across the northern side of Victoria. Whittlesea Rangers lock horns with the Mill Park Soccer Club to crown the inaugural Cecil Earley Plate champion. First time we've had this competition across football in Victoria. And either of these two sides, one in red, one in blue, are ready to make some history today.
Adam Palombi on the call for Football Victoria. An absolute pleasure to be on the gantry for what is a fantastic afternoon for the game we love so much. The floodlights are on, although the sun is shining, not a cloud in the sky. A nice build-up with Mill Park and Rangers supporters just getting immersed into the home of the Matildas. So we have a quick glance of the lineups. And we'll start with those in red being the Rangers. Dario Di Napoli is the goalkeeper. Theophanis Zepelis is the right back, alongside Nemanja Kvadarcia. In the fullback areas, Daniel and Jake Anahanastopoulos are the centre-backs. Sebastian Marcellino, Oliver Napolitano and Joe Coveney are in the engine room, with Russell Kidwell and Moad Zouaid on the flanks. Sam O'Halloran is the lone striker today. And mind you, for the number 9, it's against Hampton East Brighton in the semi-final, where he'd come on in the 60th minute and scored 5 goals to take the game to penalties, in which the Rangers on home soil at Harvestone Lane had gotten the result to get their tickets punched here today. As for Mill Park, Ethan Reed's the goalkeeper. Yusuf Halwi, Dean Jansevsky, Alexander Pavasovic and Si Wung Sung are in the defence. Jack Dreyer, Samuel Antonis and Dylan Archer are in the midfield, with Yanni Babaroglu, Luke Gallo and Ahmed Shifa all across the attacking line. Got to start to love these times of years, especially as a football fan. It all comes to the business centre conclusion of all the respective competitions. As for these two sides, they were the two best ranked teams in State League One, hence which earned them qualification for this Cecil Earley Plate final. They knocked over all those from the west, south and east. And kick-off has finally commenced here at the home of the Matildas. Fitting two rivals have opposite colours in red and blue. Kicking to the left of your screen are the Rangers. And the feeling in here today is truly cutthroat. Certain tension, certain vibrancy. You'd almost expect fireworks in this one. So look at the bench for Whittlesea Rangers. Having a quick glimpse here. Luke Carbone, Ghazi Shemazi, Hamish Inglis, Yahya Khalif, Alan Napane and Shakir Omar make up the entire bench. Of course, Shakir Omar spent a lot of time playing at Rangers. So Thomastown Raiders, their sister club they shared at Partridge Reserve in Laylaw. Not only climbed the ranks did Shaki Omar, but found himself now on the bench in a cup final for the senior side. As for Mill Park, Akim Abdul, Khaled Ahmed, Dre Diacono, Potslemi Horan, Isaac Krishna, Neil O'Kane complete their bench, with Akim as the unsteady goalkeeper. As meanwhile, testing early perhaps, the side in blue. And the save had to be made. It was a looping header, which was just keeping that of the Whittlesea Rangers goalkeeper busy. Di Napoli with the save over the crossbar, and the first corner has been issued. Babaroglu with his arms raised. Cross comes in with real shape. Jansevsky was the idea. Nothing to come from it this time out. Early warning signs from those in blue. All considered for Mill Park. Certainly had no love lost with Whittlesea Rangers. They've met on 3 occasions, these teams, and they've not been separated yet. A draw in each of the last 3 outings. Worth mentioning, there's no extra time. It's straight to penalties if they are locked. And of course, at a deadlock after the full 90. So Mill Park with the early ascendancy. Real pedestrian pass right on cue from Sung. Allows for Dwyer to try and break through the lines. Firm watch by the official. Possession turned over once more. Coveney was ready to lurk onto that of the loose pass. Ball behind, and the flag was slow to finally raise on this broadcast side. Ahmed Shifa, the man offside. It was Gallo whose interplay was brilliant on that occasion. So continuing with their early start perhaps, Mill Park. Rangers attempting the offside trap there, which worked to its full fruition. Sung's been perhaps a touch nervy early. Does what's required there. In the engine room, the ball flickering about. It's well controlled and distributed out wide by Dreyer. Gallo caught in possession against his counterpart number out of Theophanis Zepilis. Individual battles just all coming together. It's not often you can say that it's the same number colliding. Coveney's flick on header. Halloran awaits in the centre. As Kidwell gets the cross in. It's a real looping ball. Reed a touch confused. I was happy to see it sail over his crossbar and nothing truly out of play. Well, it is rare that a suburban ground in the outer north of Melbourne provides the common thread for a cup final. Partridge Reserve in Lalor playing that unique role in the battle between these two sides today. Of course, the current Philippines women's national team manager, Mark Torcaso, had quite the history with Rangers, the club inspired by AC Milan. Leonica, a long-time supporter on and off the pitch. That iconic branding remains on that of a Rangers back. But right now, Coveney was fouled, and hence he has a free kick opportunity. Coveney hits the wall directly, ball bouncing, and Sevsky got a foot on it momentarily. Back out to Coveney. Loops it on the edge of the box. Falters back towards him. Ball not able to just sit on the deck for Rangers. Heavy press arrived quickly from the Parkers. Relentlessly chasing that time of asking. They might have been, but well, the official, Alexander Nikolowski, has certainly had a bit to do early on. Whistle sounds again in favour of Mill Park. Gallo twisting himself into a bit of a compact space. Zilipis just doing enough, and they have a throw in. Flicked in behind nicely. Might be an opportunity here for Rangers to fire. Russell Kidwell perhaps just getting caught up at the pivotal moment. Angle was tight and wasn't really able to test his counterpart goalkeeper. Sure, it's been picked up on the effects mic, but it's rather loud down there between the players. A lot of chatter. Kovadaci's header. Chases his heavy touch out of play. Sung's throw. Pavasovic back to the keeper of Reed. Pavasovic, Sung. Some control possession. Now from Mill Park. As Archer moved the ball along, finds it's now just residing on the opposite flank. And Hernastopoulos was a bit late, and the goalkeeper's made a real mess here. And Mill Park can really infiltrate if they get their cards on the deck right. Nervous perhaps was De Napoli. The man in pink never seemed to clear his lines quickly enough. Though Rangers have looked rather threatening when the ball transitions forward, Mill Park looking a lot more calculated right now. Long throw from Gallo into the mixer, bouncing ball. Hernastopoulos tried to head away, got the clearance. Sung. Gallo. Wanted Ahmed. Kovadacia does enough, and now nice link-up play between Rangers on this broadcast flank. Combination was really there between the two that moved forward. Marcellino was on the rampage. O'Halloran was in support. Coveney. Kovadacia and Sung. Broadcast official on this broadcast side, rather, was able to make the call needed. Daniel Papadakis on this side. It's the likes to call himself as Jono on the facility side, but out of Jonathan Freeman, the Englishman really enjoying his time in Victoria. So enjoys being an official. Sung combines nicely. Although Archer couldn't play the ball in time. Flicked forward in a bit of hope, really, by that of Zwade. As Archer. Nice first touch. That of Ahmed Shifar. Gallo's been relentlessly pressing early in this game. He's had support from that of Babaroglu. To Napoli, first time pass. Napolitano, it's cut off. Antonis hits the deck. Nikolowski with his whistle. So Mill Park can set up here. You can see Dejan Jansevsky just making a beeline for the box. The captain, of course, is the brother of current Matilda under-23 and Melbourne Victory attacker Avalani Jansevsky. Football runs firmly in that last name. Last time Jansevsky was on this hallowed turf, she'd scored the opening goal in the NPLW Grand Final last year. Can her brother have the same impact today? The cross comes in right towards him, you know. Coveney never dealt with it. As it sails out of play to the relief of the Rangers. And I suppose the beauty of not having extra time is that both teams can seriously go for it in the last 20 or so minutes. It all depends on how they set themselves up in this opening half. It's had a real final feel to it. It's cagey, the ball's bouncing. It's all about who can remain composed. And Sevsky. Babaroglu back to the keeper. Reed just taking his time. Almost a ball-playing centre-back right now in the position he's in. Ahmed's flick-on header. Asks a bit, perhaps, of Antonis. Ahmed got very creative to try and bring the ball to ground. And somehow Whittlesea will come away with a throw. Kovadaci went down the line. Coveney lost the ball centrally. Anahostopoulos got in the mix. Moved wide now for Sung. Trying to get creative perhaps Mill Park on the edge of the area. Shot dispatched towards goal by Archer. You could really say that at the moment. Both teams are happy to play that way. No real sort of shots on goal with any significance yet. Hasn't really been a large amount of interplay on the edge of the box either. Although the Rangers physios had to make the jog across. It was Oliver Napolitano who was a little bit worse for wear. The Rangers bench has gotten up quickly. They've walked right through out of the Mill Park technical area to start some warm-ups. Napolitano is just having a rather cordial conversation up on his feet. For the briefest second, Rangers will be down a player, but I anticipate Napolitano will come on straight away. And there he goes. Anahostopoulos for Napolitano. Firm but fair right upon his return to play, as well as the sliding challenge from behind. That's very late from Napolitano. That will have to be a card. And well, Alexander Nikolowski certainly has his work cut out for him today. And while Napolitano was on the receiving end of two receipts, when he went to make one of his own, his impact was certainly deserving of a yellow card. He might have thought he got the ball, but from hearing the thud upon that of Siwon Sung's body the collision had made, isn't really too much of an argument as such. But appreciate how quickly Alexander Nikolowski was coming across there to keep everybody's heads nice and eased and relaxed and keep the lid on this one for now. First caution of the day is awarded to Rangers as Sung goes right into the mixer. Gallows touch inside the box. Ahmed on the edge. cleared away by that of Theophanis Zepilis. Napolitano was the only player strolling forward. It was instinctive from O'Halloran to try play it in behind, and our Rangers can find some forward territory of their own. Haven't really seen the ball inside their attacking half yet in the last 8 or so minutes. Zepilis, the long throw. Not controlled the first time of asking from Babaroglu. Schiffer trying to flick it in behind, and well, a tactical foul you could say was played by Rangers. And Sevsky played it too quickly. And Antonis just asks why to his captain. Searching ball forward for Dwyer. Anastopoulos was asking a lot there, and it had nice shape as it ventured towards that of Sam O'Halloran, mind you. Nearly the turn in which he was after that of Kidwell, who's come alive in spurts. Napolitano's flick on header goes out of play. A nice warmer for what we're to see at 4 o'clock today, the first of 2 traditional derbies across the same amount of days. It's Heidelberg and South who lock horns in the Doherty Cup final. Certainly excited for that one to start, as the Hail Mary was the idea in the sunshine from Coveney. Ethan Reid dismissive almost in the way he just handled the ball. Gallo was crafty to stretch, which allowed for Antonis to play the ball and for Mill Park to keep possession. Sung for Reid. Howley. Jansevsky. Under duress. Marcellino takes possession. Has the composure to just walk his way through the engine room. Marcellino, his pass not so much the same. Kidwell had it cut off. Napolitano treading water lightly. He's on the card already. Dylan Archer's orchestrating of the play today so far for Mill Park has been supreme. He's really conducted the space well. Antonis, Sung, caught in possession. Zwade, strolling. Kovadashi's cross is blocked. Pavisovic concedes the corner. Ahmed Schiffer backtracking for defensive duties. Anna Hernastopoulos. That of the Jake variety. Alongside Daniel have both made their way inside the box. They've got the tall timber. Do Rangers. Simply upon the delivery from Zwade. I would argue it's their best play so far today, which they've earned a corner from. Zwade's cross right into the mixer at the back post, heading away, or punching away perhaps, was the keeper. Protests for handball, falls silent. Marcellino went to Coveney. Ahmed, is there a counter-attack on the cards? And well, I'm not sure Zalepis was going to let that happen. And had to do the tactical thing, one might argue. Dreyer Sliding was Archer. And Nikolowski wore the second blemish in the book today. It's one apiece in terms of, that count. Yellow card for Mill Park. With that of Archer into the book. For a player that's been important to their midfield shape and fluidness of the play. Rather needless, one might say. Anahernostopoulos goes very long. And Sevsky heads to safety. And Tonus. Schiefer. Cushion header from Dreyer. And Tonus. Gallo. Space opening up out wide for Mill Park. Schiefer will arrive first. Cross comes in. Anahernostopoulos with the clearance. Not as far as Ahmed. Schiefer for Sung. Zwade on defensive duties. Schiefer rekindles. Cross comes in with a bit of a deflection on it. And although DiNapoli's first position wasn't exactly where he should have been, he's able to get to the ball with a spring in his step and claim. Sung. Gallo. And 3 Rangers shirts around him. Pavasovic. Neatly back for Reed. And Sevsky. Tries one of those trademark long passes. Cut off by the counterpart captain. Tried to get instinctive. That almost Trevella-like pass. It's Daniel Anahernostopoulos. DiNapoli. Kidwell. Marcellino came across. Anahernostopoulos. Back to DiNapoli. Coveney for Zwade. Well measured ball. Zwade with Sung. Battle won by the Parker. Antonis wanted Sung. Had to come across to rectify that questionable idea. Archer. Sung. Antonis. In a tight space are the Parkers. And Gallo's first touch was poor. And his final touch is out of play. So nearing the halfway point to this opening first half. Hasn't really been a real proper moment yet. Both sides playing with caution. Gavadaccia, his cross headed away by Pavasovic. Sliding the captain. And Anahernostopoulos had done well enough, although now the Parkers move forward. Dreyer. Barbaroglu. Halui gets the beating of his man. The cross comes in for Schiefer! First blood, Mill Park in this Cecil Earley Plate final. And there's the moment in which we're all waiting for. Fluid play from Andrew Vlahos's men. And they've blinked first in this inaugural Cup final. All the composure in the world from Ahmed Schiefer. A delightful cross in from the fullback of Yusuf Howley, who was the linchpin. And once he got away from his man and the cross came in, it was on a platter. for that of the number 20. It's now about the character of the Rangers. While considering the semi-final, something you can't really forget about. Considering Hampton had a firm grip on the game and on the scoreboard on away soil. And the Rangers somehow came away with a win on penalties after 10 goals were scored, split evenly at 5-all. So it's a situation in which the Rangers, perhaps familiar with. Not sure if that's a familiarity that they would want, but they do have. Anastopoulos was pedestrian. Now Mill Park have a command on it, although the goal scorer Schiefer has taken a rare slip. Coveney for Kidwell. Got a bit cute, perhaps the number 10. Slid with Sung. Zwade. Coveney wasn't facing it. Sung. Heavy press from Zwade. Mill Park breathing a sigh of relief, knowing the ball's gone out of play for a goal kick. Big thud from Reed. It goes right down the centre of the park. Zwade, Napolitano flicking in behind. O'Halloran will go into the back of the net. Well, the flag had gone up. Barely got his foot onto the ball, did the striker. Perhaps a bit of a pre-show of what he could do. Reed sends it truly long. Zelepis heads away. Jansevsky. Lovely flick from Gallo. Getting creative are the Parkers. Howley. That pass pedestrian. And now the door slightly open for Rangers on this counter charge. O'Halloran. Zwade. Mill Park back in a flurry. Zwade's cross comes in. Ethan Reed. The decent claim. Does well the goalkeeper. And the quartet of Mill Park supporters enjoyed that. Howley tried to combine with Gallo. Napolitano. Coveney. Zwade. Sung's really been imposing upon his attacker in that individual battle on broadcast side. So far, the real ascendancy with the Mill Park right back. O'Halloran there with Jansevsky, who clears. Of course, for Muad Zawade, he's certainly had his fair share of football across Victoria. Kidwell wasteful. Zeppelus, his cross comes in. Mill Park happy to just get their shape back. They send the ball long. As Sung cushions it back for his keeper. Little ways overplayed of half an hour. Both Moad Zwade and Russell Kidwell for the Rangers. Really yet to warm up in this one. But if they are to come to life, you fully expect them to do something which would turn the game on its head from a Whittlesea standpoint. Oh, and the keeper out of DiNapoli really backed himself there. Head of the way. Zwade. Goes around Pavisovic. Zwade. Napolitano has a chance. And the Rangers have an equaliser. He's on a caution, but he's also on the score sheet. Oliver Napolitano with finesse off his left boot. And it's one apiece in this cup final. An Italian scoring for an Italian heritage club. Something in which you could argue was bound to happen, as it has time and time again. There's almost the argument that was against the run of play, however. And it was that of Moad Zwade, who had come to life. He got the assist. If the Rangers were to have the game put on level terms, as they have, I might have thought it had to have come from some flair from their flanks. Mill Park, however, though, they'll be rather disappointed with that. They've been the side a touch more class in this one. They're looking for a quick response. Gallo cutting inside. Antonis. Shot dispatched with a deflection on the edge of the area. It was Dreyer who set fuse to the cannon. Anna Hernestopoulos breaks the lines nicely. Marcellino. Zwade. Nearly got beyond two defenders. Lovely sliding challenge for Marcellino. Zwade now on the edge of the box. Oh, he'd stepped inside it rather. He was looking for the cross or the cut back and could not find either. Since the Rangers have scored, they've had a real spring in their step. And they have a free kick. Zwade really the game changer. You wonder if that of Andrew Vlahos will look to get more use out of his goal provider. That of Howley, considering Yusuf was crafty in the build-up play for Mill Park's opening goal. Although deployed as a fullback, he did exactly what you'd want from a player who's gone on that adventure up the pitch. As he hands out the water bottles to his teammates now. You wonder if he'll get more involved in this game, considering he's certainly been one of Mill Park's more aggressive players on the ball. Marcellino just be looked up by his trainer. It's now 2 of 3 Rangers midfielders just feeling it in this game. Pondering this free kick opportunity. Halloran and Coveney. Considering the form that of the number 9's been in recent weeks, wouldn't be too much of an assumption that he'll be the one to fly. So Halloran over the wall, and it's gone in! A tremendous free kick from Sam O'Halloran, who takes the roof off of Whittlesea Rangers. They were trailing by a goal. They find themselves in front. The goalkeeper stunned. The crossbar still shaking. And the ball going in the back of the net in a fashion in which you watch time and time again, simply from the top shelf. And it wasn't a far assumption that O'Halloran would let it fly. He gave it the ride of his life. It's the side who like to trail, who now find themselves in front. 3 goals, evenly split at 2-1 in 40 minutes of football. In a cup final, mind you. Quite the clash, and we're not even halfway through it yet. As DiNapoli just calls for calm. The Rangers will look to go into half-time being in front. It's incredible, only minutes ago they were trailing. Howley's header forward. Zlepis concedes possession. And to the credit of that of Reid, the goalkeeper. It's been serviceable so far as the Parkers' number 1. There was simply nothing anybody could have done about that free kick. No matter if it was South's Javi Lopez or Heidelberg's Yaron Souza. Even go as far as to say, out of the Socceroos Matt Ryan, I don't think anybody was getting anywhere near that free kick. Anahernastopoulos. Sung cuts it out. Schiefer was lurking in behind that. An acre of space to the goal scorer. Never found by Antonis. Howley commands the space. Napolitano going back to his captain. And well, a no-nonsense clearance from Anahernastopoulos. Camille Park finds an equaliser now. Well, the whistle sounded on a pitch outside of this arena. Off the crossbar from Jansevsky. There was a brief pause for everybody here, given that on one of the other pitches, a full-time whistle had sounded. Jansevsky never had that in his head. He hit the post. Mill Park so close to their goal that would get them on level terms. Big slide. And Kidwell knew straight away that he'd handled the ball. Cavadaccia, rather, the culprit who concedes the free kick. Gallo will look to hit the back post from here, unless he has something up his sleeve. Gallo crosses in. Cavadaccia heads away. Gallo for Sung. Incisive for that of Dreyer. Clearance necessary by Rangers. And now find themselves just tucking in their arms. Have the gloves up, absorbing this Mill Park pressure. Antonis gives it a real throw. Panasovic couldn't seem to get a head onto it. Miscue from that of Zeppelus, who rectifies by clearing. And seeing the plate right before this contest started, it's certainly something both these sides would want hanging up proudly in their trophy cabinets. There's something unique about it being the first ever time it'll be awarded. Always remember that of your maiden trophy. Antonis, long throw, flicked on, Dreyer. Mill Park trying to really force the envelope. Down the line, Sung, lovely header away. Napolitano had broken the lines. Archer, lovely diag ball. Gallo's touch a bit heavy. Kidwell, Marcellino stretches. Schiefer didn't really have much he could do. And almost in reluctance, let the shot go, and hadn't really gone too far. Nearing the completion of regulation time. Assume there wouldn't be too much out of added. 2 minutes by the official. It's their time for something very late to happen. Reed sends it long. Gavadaccia heads it away. Archer got himself high. Pavasovic for Archer. Antonis, Archer breaking through. Schiefer crosses in with shape to the back post. Babaroglu. Howley. Gallo. Sung had his arm raised. As the ball received laterally. Archer. Schiefer. Sung. Nice bouncing play from Mill Park. Antonis too heavy for Sung. Zwade trying to break through, couldn't keep his feet, but draws the foul. While the official, out of Alexander Nikolowski, is having a proper conversation out of Captain Daniel Anahunastopoulos. I think he's encouraged out of the Rangers captain to get moving. The Rangers might roll the dice here themselves. Anahunastopoulos sends it long. Zeppelus with the final touch. An intriguing opening first half of this inaugural Cecil Earley Plate final. It was Mill Park's Schiefer who opened the scoring. And then before you knew it, Napolitano had found the equaliser. And then a moment of brilliance from Sam O'Halloran from the free kick, off the post and in, which has the state of affairs as such. It's 2-1 to the Whittlesea Rangers. Mill Park, you'd assume, will come out into the second half roaring to try to find their equaliser as we cross to half-time of the Cecil Earley Plate final.
Mate, there's nothing wrong with having a play with Alpha. I'll keep around there, mate. To represent the club in a way. You get what I mean? It's not over just yet, man. Not over. In this league, miracle happens, yeah? Yeah, in this league, miracles can happen, yeah? Hey, they don't deserve to be 2-1 down. Great free kick, though. Who is it? Papa, you see that? Johnny A put his hand up around Blahos. That's the difference, yeah? That's the difference. Just saying, don't get upset, that's the difference. Johnny's that the difference? That's a bit of a difference.
After a lengthy half-time wait, all 22 players in their respective positions. No changes yet for either manager. Andre Vlahos and Andrea Lombardo, respectively, not going to their benches just yet. As the nervous wait for the whistle finally dissipates, this second half's underway in the decisive half of the Cecil Earley Plate Final. Mill Park trailing by a goal. The Rangers in the driving seat. So Halloran scored that beautiful goal to get them in front. And Honostopoulos went on a real journey from centre-back and has manufactured an early corner for the side in front. At half-time, of course, Johnny Anastasiadis of Heidelberg United, alongside some of his players, were just getting a feel of the pitch as they start to roll in. Meanwhile, Suade's cross, real shape. The keeper committed. A real scramble. The post's been hit twice. A slip from Anastasiadis. It was Jake with the initial post hit. Suade still has the move alive. Mill Park somehow in that situation had not conceded. And if they needed the stroke of luck, they might have just had it. Not once, but twice. The frame of goal had been obstructed. And Reid was in between a rock and a hard place. He was completely unsure on whether to commit or to hang on his line. And somehow, Rangers weren't able to score their third. The advantage has been played this time around. It was O'Halloran who went down. Nikolowski never sounded his whistle in the play. There's Napolitano putting his ticket in the raffle for a second cup goal final. Great officiating from Nikolowski to let the game breathe, have the advantage played out and allow Rangers to perhaps find their third. Reed was able to rectify as Schaefer Touch was heavy, no communication with Antonis. Until it was too late. O'Halloran, Sung. He's been a true, genuine customer today at fullback. Schiefer was in space. Gallo had his pass blocked. Kidwell, well kept by Reid. Used the full length of his box, the goalkeeper. Came a long way and was authoritative. Flick out of play. By that of Barbaroglu. Edge of the area. Zwade not able to facilitate what he envisioned. Appreciate the idea from Dreyer. Just couldn't have none of the wide of player. Of Schiefer latch on. And the Rangers have started this second half. That touch more, say, quality and idea. They've been very calculated. And in command right now is Anahanastopoulos. Zeppoulos. And Sevsky, nice block with a sliding challenge. Archer. And Sevsky. Howley. Gets it back. Out of Barbaroglu and now Schiefer. Sung, Archer, Napolitano. Getting in the way. Panasovic back to Reid. Panasovic going long. Napoli now has the task of dealing with the sun in his eyes. The goalkeeper. Oh, and caught in possession. They might have been the Rangers. Anahanastopoulos calls his team to push up, although he was the one who was dispossessed and gave away possession. Barbaroglu crosses in for Schiefer. Edge of the area. Ball still with the Parkers. Antonis had Gallo. Has Sung. Firm from Govardaccia upon Schiefer, and the ball goes out of play. And Sevsky. Sung. Archer and Sung combine. Antonis. Archer. Back to Antonis. Mupat pushing up. Panasovic. Sung. Schiefer offside. Anahanastopoulos sends it long. Sung heads away from that of Zwade. Archer, lovely turn. Couldn't facilitate the ball into that space on the home of the Matildas facility side. Now Zwade looking to rampage. Sung slid. Made contact, not with the ball. And each time out of Zwade has had possession at his feet. It's really kept out of Sung. earning all his money. As the Rangers have a free kick. Barking orders out of Jansevsky and his teammates. He knows the threat of this free kick, the captain for Mill Park. The Rangers already have scored from a set-piece opportunity that time around. That cross not going to work. As the Lepus comes across. Goes right to the border, keeping him in. Out of the playing surface for a long throw. Scramble on the goal line. Saved by the keeper. It's really messy right now, but somehow Mill Park hang on yet again. Anahanastopoulos turned on to his left. And somehow the Rangers have not found that goal they're craving. Long throw again. Comes in. Panasovic heads away. Zalepis. Sung. Antonis couldn't clear. Zalepis deflecting ball. Well handled by Reid. He's had enough of the ball inside his defensive half. He's thrown it long. Barbaroglu, lovely shift of direction. Antonis. Archer, the Rangers flurry back. Sung. Gives and goes. Nothing to really cross to with complete intent. But Mill Park will have a throw in. Very long throw from Antonis. We'll get it back again. Archer. Gallo. Heavy touch. Controls nicely. Archer. Sung. Sent wide by Gallo. Barbaroglu. Shooting! And it's a brilliant equaliser! Yanni Barbaroglu has the spotlight firmly upon himself. A curler into the top right corner. Mill Park fashion an equaliser from the highest order. And while they were looking as if they were down and out, the Rangers had two golden opportunities to score. Reid, the Mill Park goalkeeper, was fighting for dear life. But his number 10 of Yanni Barbaroglu puts this game on level terms. And within a matter of 50 minutes, the Cecil Earley Plate final, in its maiden year of being a competition, is really showcasing how good this competition is. And without this final even being finished, you almost feel for out of the next edition. It's been such a good game of football. Goals from the highest order of quality. As Schiefer applies a heavy press. The Rangers were looking in complete command. That's readjusted their focus. Kidwell. couldn't turn. Zlepis will have a throw. Although we will see the first change of today's final. It's Andrew Vlahos out of Mill Park who will make the change. As Samuel Antonis makes his way. As Neil O'Kane will enter the mix. Zlepis burns his marker, strolling inside the box. He went on a rampant run. And ultimately, wasn't able to pick out a teammate or infiltrate the sticks. Perhaps Zlepis just keeping his attacking prowess up his sleeve. From fullback, there's not going to be many opportunities, as I'm sure that Howley, counterpart left back, might be aware of. It's simply a matter of how you take that opportunity when it's there for you as a defensive player. In terms of the Cecil Earley Plate final statistics, it's been rather even on the playing surface, but looking at the overall goal scorers of the competition, O'Halloran for the Whittlesea Rangers now has 6 to his account. Meanwhile, there's almost out of 4 to 5 players, all split on 2 goals. Hampton East Brighton's Adam Cooper and Graskowski and Simmons, all on 2 goals apiece, of course, including Habib. It's Ahmed for Mill Park, who is the man now on 3. Credit to the keeper, Reid. Can't be understated. He had to really step up and withstand all of the Rangers', well, let's say attacking onslaughts. Zlepis somehow has the ball under his command. Ahmed twisting. It was Wade, rather. Still remaining on the deck, the former Victory player. As Ahmed this time chests it on. Zlepis helicopters up and high and out of play. Sung wanted Shifa Ahmed. Another one change and 2 yellow cards between both these sides, 1 apiece in terms of cautions. Napolitano, one of those. Archer, the other. Players in very similar positions. Napolitano. Kovney. Dreyer does just enough. Incisive pass for Shifa Ahmed, who's isolated. Awaits the cavalry. Ahmed on his right. Lovely ball to the back post. Somehow kept out by Rangers. A gleaming opportunity for the substitute, mind you, of Neil O'Kane. Blocked on the line by the captain. And Ahunastopoulos was desperately diving there. And somehow kept the ball out. DiNapoli would have been well and truly beaten. That would have been the Mill Park number 3's first touch. If not his first, had to have been at least, well, his second or third. What an impact he could have made right off the bench. How close he was. As he lurks at the back post, out of O'Kane. Ahmed has the cut back. The ball ricocheting, but goes out for a corner. And trouble signs are starting to really brew for the Rangers, as you can see. Adam Swade just still on the canvas. The Medico will have to come out again for Whittlesea Rangers. So a brief halt in play here. Moad Swade, the player that remains down. Mill Park will have the corner. So Swade just having a brief spell as Luke Carbone takes his place. His first line of business defending this corner that comes in from Mill Park. DiNapoli taps it away, and Carbone all clear. So Swade, the X factor, no longer at the arsenal of Andrea Lombardo. And Ahunastopoulos. Carbone flicks out of play. Meanwhile, Mill Park going inside the box. There's Dreyer with the opportunity. Kidwell and Sevsky bumps him right off the ball. As the ground just has some smoke from the Savlaki spit. Typical of NPL competition, no matter where you might be across the nation. As Carbone, O'Halloran. DiNapoli. And Ahunastopoulos. Carbone. Kidwell. Wanted Zalepis. Zalepis from the throw. The change for the Parkers. Luke Gallo who was decent in his interplay offensively. It's a like-for-like change as Dre Diacono comes on. Rather familiar with that of the Rangers as Diacono strolls on for Mill Park. Spent some youth football experience at the side is now up against in the cup final. His first order of duties defending this long throw from Zalepis. Howley went out before he cleared. Zalepis will go long from the throw. It's the near posts. Corner. The Rangers now asking questions. Napolitano has the corner. Crowding the keeper are the Rangers. Cross comes in. Reed punches away. Kidwell had the chance. Ball bounced right over that of the head of teammate Coveney. It's a real fast pace, ferocious start to the second half. It's just gotten a little bit subdued right now in time. Back on level terms, both sides perhaps a little bit cautious on trying to be too ambitious. Coveney. Carbone and O'Halloran together, neither being found. Diacono has the fresh legs. Wanted O'Kane. Howley. O'Kane. Not around Kidwell. Jansevsky bouncing, volleying as a clearance. Coveney. Zalepis takes a stumble. Told to play the whistle over all sets of players. Anastopoulos sent it long as Zalepis will stroll for yet another throw-in. The tally rising, the clock ticking. 2 goals apiece. History beckons for either of these sides to be the inaugural Cecil Earley Plate champion. As mentioned previously, if it's locked at a stalemate come the full-time whistle, it goes to penalties. That's how the Rangers got here. Marcellino. Carbone. Napolitano. Gavadaccia. Marcellino. Coveney. Cut off. Adamant that was a handball, perhaps was Barbaroglu. Play resumes for those in red. Coveney. Anastopoulos. Stepping forward. Sending it into the box. Ethan Reid comes a long way, as he has routinely in this game so far. Handles the situation. Shifa Ahmed lurking. Anastopoulos there for good measure. To Napoli with a good touch. Lovely ball from Coveney. Zalepis. O'Halloran. Ball deflects to Reed. For the Rangers on their run here to the Cup final. It's a 1-0 victory against Chisholm United. It was a 5-all draw and then a 6-5 penalty win against Hampton East Brighton. Something we haven't really steered away from. What a competition it really was in that semi-final matchup. Meanwhile, for Mill Park, they defeated Strathmore 3-1 at Partridge Street. They were victorious against Balmoral away from home. Only the 1 goal conceded in the final series of this competition so far until today. But for the meantime, Jansevsky and Panasovic just stretching perhaps the quads. Carbone also for Whittlesea getting some stretches in this makeshift timeout. And yet another double change to come on for Mill Park. Provider Yusuf El-Halawi takes his place on the bench. In his place was Potslemi Horan. And it looks as if Panasovic has had his day written off as well. So a defensive change as well as an attacking one, with Khaled Ahmed making his way on the number 92. A few changes for the Parkers. They're looking to have the fresh legs. As Shifa Ahmed comes together with that of Anna Hanastopoulos. Just getting rather tense out there at the moment, considering it's really steering towards the pointy end of it now. Ahmed. They can find space. Has Sung. Khaled Ahmed goes to ground. Marcellino. Govardaccia. Napolitano has to tread water carefully. He's on a card. Horan does well. Govardaccia. Carbone. Coveney. Napolitano drops the shoulder. The Rangers sense something here. Coveney! Wasn't to be that time of asking. A brilliant move. Just not the finish to match. As Zalepis sees his day done. Hamish Inglis on in his place. Inglis deployed at right back. The Rangers haven't really changed their 4-3-3 shape. Mill Park perhaps getting inventive. Ahmed. First touch for the substitute as Inglis sends it back to his opposing goalkeeper, Jansevski. Sending it long. Barbaroglu earns a throw-in. Which O'Kane will take. O'Kane's long throw. Ball towards the back post. Charge down. Whitmore Park that time of asking. Diacono was the man with the shove. Carbone wanted the reverse option. O'Halloran hadn't arrived in time. Archer. Diacono for Archer. They trade possession. Dreyer slips upon making the pass. Inglis steps ahead. Napolitano. Marcellino. On to Kidwell. Now Napolitano rampaging inside the box. Cross comes in. Carbone not too far away. The header goes up and over the crossbar. But nearly the moment for the Rangers again. Could almost say this game screams a penalty shootout to decide the winner. But the Rangers have had chances in this second half. Dreyer. Barbaroglu bounces away from him. Inglis will clear. Mill Park will get a throw in on broadcast side. O'Kane cannons it in towards the box. Barbaroglu on the edge. Khaled Ahmed twisting, turning, shin pads coming off. Second half is breezed by. And we're not far away at all from that of the match's natural conclusion. Archer will whip this in. Never caught it sweetly. Did Archer, and DiNapoli was there to claim. You would say it screams just one more moment for either side in a match that's produced so many so far to be all decisive. Kovadachia. Anna Hunastopoulos. O'Halloran's flick on. Carbone. Napolitano's got to be careful. Gives away the foul. Well, Park wants it to go quickly. Archer got it moving quickly. Strolling through Mill Park. It was Horan with the strolling. And now Kidwell crosses into the back stick. Nearly for Marcellino, who keeps the move rolling. O'Halloran. Not around Sung yet. Marcellino. Cross comes in. Napolitano and Kidwell. Inglis might have thought it would have gone out for a corner. Goes out for a goal kick. Nervy football now. Ethan Reed's been important today. He sends it long. Players losing the ball in the sun. Marcellino. There with Ahmed. Coveney. Covadaccia. Carbone. Archer. Gets his direct number. Earns possession. Sung in a tight space. Offside. On the far side were the Rangers. It was Marcellino's ball. To his teammate in an offside area, that of Carbone. And still, the tension continues to rise. A substitution for the Rangers. Can he be the difference maker? Coveney. Napolitano. Kidwell. Cross comes in. O'Halloran couldn't get the turn. Coveney hacks it long towards the substitute, who made a competition of it, but has to go out for a corner. Yahya Khalif deployed on the left flank. He looks lively, looks ready to go. Has the energy perhaps the Rangers need. Can Mill Park find a chance? Reed just concedes possession. That's all he could do. Covadaccia down the line. Paul Khalif. Archer gets it away somehow. Napolitano heavy on his tail. Anahunastopoulos. Khalif will latch onto it. Flag never went up. Diacono. For Jansevski. Wanted the line. Nobody home. Coveney. And Sevsky, Diacono now. Ahmed. Diacono. Composed. Shifted wide by Horan. Khalif. And that's gone well and truly over the roof. And cleared to safety by Archer. Corner that match ball gone. O'Halloran stumbling. Horan does well enough. Mill Park flick the switch and go on the counter. Lateral ball unlocking. That of O'Kane. Two sets of players with fresh legs coming up against each other. Archer. Sung takes a stumble. Dreyer. Sung. Dreyer's flick on. Shifa Ahmed. The Parkers turn for a late flurry. Sung down the line. Shifa Ahmed. Earns a corner. .90 seconds left of regulation time. If something was to happen here, it would surely be the match-winning goal. These sides really arm wrestling for the trophy. Babaroglu's corner comes in. Up there they all go, the Parkers. Jansevsky off the crossbar, cleared away. Was that the moment for the captain? How many times the post has been obstructed today? O'Halloran just hacks it forward. There was numbers streaming everywhere for the Rangers. Deflected off the head of O'Kane to prevent it from happening the first time around. Shifa Ahmed. Diacono beelining inside the box. Babaroglu in support. Ahmed. Shot cannons off that of the Rangers defender. Anahunastopoulos wants to escape. Caliph caught in possession. The Parkers sensing the opportunity. Ball flicked in behind. Chance to win it! And Babaroglu runs through the Parkers fans. He's turned the game on its head completely. Is that the moment in the Cecil Earley Plate final? He got them on level terms, the number 10. And he was there to score what could be the match-winning goal. The streamers come out. And it was written in the stars for Yanni Babaroglu. These sides so hard to separate. And as much as it's not been a cloudy day by any means of the word, the penalty clouds were certainly starting to loom. Sliding doors moments for the Rangers. They had post obstructions. They had through ball obstructions in behind. And they find themselves trailing again. The question is, how much added time will there be? Will they get a firm roll of the dice? Diacono with a slip. Kovney wanted it back. Diacono was relentless. His defensive push. O'Halloran. Sung does just enough. Khalif comes in. Shifa Ahmed is strolling through. The flag stays down. He scuffs his lines right at the final knocking. He remains on the deck. Cramp might be getting to him. Napolitano sends it long. Flick on now for the Rangers. The captain's come a long way. Scrambling chance. Agnostopoulos was there. Both of them were, in fact. And Reid was just so quick to get the ball in his grasp. Reid hacks it forward. Can the Rangers do something dramatic, as they have done in this competition before? Diacono thought he locked it down. Nikolowski will now look at Shifa Ahmed. And Sevsky, the captain, completely barking. This would surely be the last roll of the dice. They're going to go for it, the Rangers, to take it to penalties. Mill Park with one hand on the trophy. Or make it the plate, rather. Here we go. Marcellino has an acre to stroll into. Shifts it inside. Kovney. Everybody flurrying back behind the ball. It's whipped in. It's not cleared away. And the chance was simply there. Hamish Inglis took it on the fly. He had no other choice. Did the fullback. Reid was in no man's land. Time, the real question. Reid soaking it all up. Look at the watch from Alex Nikolowski. Flicked in by the Rangers. A looping effort at goal by the captain. Agnostopoulos thought he'd try. Another goal kick. A nervous wait for Mill Park. Well, the Rangers get one more chance. That will be that. A dramatic game. Mind you, in the cup final. The inaugural winners of the Cecil Earley Plate are the Mill Park Soccer Club. After what was a truly tantalising tale of football. They scored the first and they scored the last. Lead changes, equalisers, everything in a plenty. An instalment for what's to come today. The Parkers relish in taking home the plate. The Rangers, they love something of a dramatic type in Elimination Cup football, but they couldn't conjure it up on the grand stage. Lots of respect between these two clubs from the northern side of Victoria. And they put in a showcase for the inaugural Cecil Earley Plate competition in its grandest stage, being the grand final. For now, that is Football Victoria's coverage of today's cup finals all wrapped up. Mill Park getting the job done, 3-2 against the Whittlesea Rangers. They are your Cecil Earley Plate champions of 2025 in the maiden competition. Up next, the Doherty Cup final. It's Heidelberg against South Melbourne in the traditional rivalry with a trophy at stake. Steve Curtin, Nick DeBano and Josh Parrish on the broadcast for that one. They'll join you shortly at 3:15. I'm Adam Palombi. It's been a pleasure calling this cup final here today. And until next time, keep enjoying football coverage on the Football Victoria YouTube channel. Thank you and enjoy the Doherty Cup final broadcasting from 3:15.